All right, welcome. This is a big show for us here on Dead Air. Welcome to Dead Air. This is number 40, and I couldn't be more excited about the guest we have today. Hello, Redban.
Hey, buddy.
Good to see you, and COVID-19 and everything else. And he's got all his wires together, and I've got two really, really beautiful, not to mention that, but I mentioned it. Guest today, very eclectic guest today. And let's start off. Why don't we start off with tell us who you are and what you want to know? What that was Bad Ashley, by the way. They're the great band out of Queens, New York, and they can't wait to get back into it.
Hell yeah!
And you can find everything about them on their Instagram. Bad Ashley Band on Instagram, and you can find all their music. It's kind of like a fusion of punk and rock right together. I haven't heard it. It's got a very, very original sound, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I like it.
It's kind of a sound like, I
was ready to mosh.
And you're in a car, or maybe you're in a convertible, and you're racing to the sunset. A couple of 6-packs of beer, a couple of joints, and you just blast that Bad Ashley, and you're going for it. A blanket.
Bam.
A girl that's knows you well enough so you won't be reported for what you're going to try to do on that beach. And
a girl who loves to go to Bangkok,
And so go ahead. Why don't we start with you? Tell us who you are.
My name is Brooke Johnson. I am from Anchorage, Alaska, and I'm an actress, model, dancer, singer, all the things, living in Los Angeles.
Wow, and you're beautiful as heck. I was telling Redban, we got real happy when you two walked in the studio today. For some reason, we just lit up.
Some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be, but did you win any contests?
Yes, I am a former Miss Alaska USA 2018.
Oh, isn't that great? And you can hear us. You're not deaf. Remember when that deaf one won a couple way back? We'll get into that later because I got some opinions about that. But a beauty contest and you can't hear? How the hell did she get in the competition if you can't hear? What's next? A peg leg and a breast reduction or what? A lazy eye? She didn't even know she won the contest. They had to poke her in the ass with a pointing stick. Get up there. You mean the deaf one won? Yeah, the deaf one won. Poke her in the ass. She can't hear you. Anyway, let's swear you.
Parents love good stories, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Let's swear you in, Brooke. Can we swear you in first?
Absolutely.
Left hand on the Bible, right hand.
Okay.
What is it?
Doing
Left
something.
or right? What is it?
I don't know.
Is it your right?
Right hand on the Bible, left
Okay,
hand up. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God while you're on dead air.
I do.
Thank you. So we got a lot to talk about, and you were nice enough to bring Brooke with you. You were the original book. Well, it wasn't easy to book you guys with your schedule and what have you, and the COVID-19. Redban and I were on the phone last night till like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Getting this booked and getting this together because of it's a complicated situation when you're dealing with people of substance. Mm-hmm. We could have had a couple of dumbass comics come in here. We could have called them 2 seconds before the show. They would have been lapping at the door. But this is exciting to get you guests of this caliber because we've had Jehovah's Witnesses, we've had Iranians.
I'm a former Jehovah's Witness.
Oh no. You're not going to tell me that, are you?
So check this out. I was raised Jehovah's Witness until I was 8 years old, and then I slammed myself on the floor and had like the biggest tantrum because I wanted to celebrate Halloween, and I was so tired of being that weird ass kid who would be in the corner of the room reading a book while everyone would like decorate for Christmas and Halloween.
So you got out?
I got out.
Wait, did you not stand up for the pledge either? Were you that kid?
Yeah, I was that weird kid.
No blood transfusions?
Yeah, none of that. My parents would have let me die.
So if you just died, you just...
Did you have knuckles? Did you have calluses on your knuckles from knocking on fucking doors?
That's Mormons.
No, we did that too.
No,
Wait,
that's
you did
Jehovah's
that
Witness
too?
too.
Oh, yeah. But see, I had always a
no.
donut with me because that was the only way I would be able to go.
A what?
Yeah, I would tell my parents and anybody else they would lend me to.
A donut?
A donut. I was like, I will go and knock on people's doors if I can have a donut. So that's where my obsession with donuts started.
Wow. Well, tell us tell us who you are. Tell us who you are now.
Hi, I am Brenda Sarai Zuniga, and I am a comic, a mindfulness coach. I'm also a singer, dancer, actress. A podcast host. I have my own podcast called Getting Mental. I'm a mental health activist, philanthropist.
Well, you're going to help me later with my hotheadness.
Yes, I would.
Yeah,
love
I'm just
to.
a hothead. I can't help it. I'll be.
No, but don't change.
No one even has to be in the
Don't.
room. Nobody even has to be in the room, and I'll get excited. Like yesterday, it took me how many minutes to upload that stupid 15-minute? I was going nuts. I had to walk to CVS to get reception. Then my friend said, "Get off your internet, and then just use the AT&T
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's just I wish I
You
had.
need new internet.
I wish that Redban would be in my pocket. I could walk around all day with Red. He knows it all. So you haven't been you haven't been on. I'm gonna have to swear you in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right hand on the Bible, left hand up. Is that how it goes?
Oh shoot!
All right, do the best you can. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Will you help me God while you're on dead air?
Oh God, yeah, hurry up.
Yeah. So yeah, you worked with Steve Simone.
Right? Yeah. And we helped create Help Steve Help, the charity campaign.
And you got thrown over the fence into a coyote's hands.
That's actually how I came into this country.
Over the wall. And a coyote, for you listeners who don't know what we're talking about, is not a coyote with 4 legs, but 2 legs.
2 legs.
And his job is to transport people across the border
Yeah.
into safe placements.
Yeah, my mom I was 1 year old. My mom was 16, and she tossed me over the border like a little burrito. And she's like, "Hey, I hope I see my daughter again." And I was crossed over.
Engagement rings?
Oh, hell no.
Engagement rings?
No, hell
Wedding
no.
rings? No.
No.
Great, Redban. We got 2 available women today on none of that. Oh, I have a boyfriend.
available.
I have a fiance. He works at the law firm. Oh, he's a lawyer. Oh, he's a fireman. He's a fireman. Women love firemen.
What's wrong with lawyers?
Listen.
What's wrong with lawyers?
What? Well, they do not have the greatest reputation. I mean, what do you just
Tell
crawl
me.
out of a rock? What do you mean? What's wrong with lawyers?
The guys in uniform look really good.
I like lawyers. I think
Yeah, there's something
they
about it.
balance me out. I'm insane. So they I'm in Disneyland half the time.
I like role playing, so it's really fun.
So let's get to the weather real quick. Let's get to the weather for today. This is September 23rd, 2020. These are the weather conditions in Los Angeles County, or Burbank to be precise. And the temperature is 88 degrees. Celsius is 31. The biometric pressure is 30.1. I always look that up every week, and I still don't know what that means. Dew point is 54 degrees Fahrenheit and 12.2 degrees Celsius. Dew point. Forgot what that was, too. Winds are the same, 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the south, and also at times it's 1 mile per hour wind.
Holy shit.
So that won't even maybe blow a tissue. You know, if you see a tissue on the street, sometimes the wind will blow that. Mm-hmm. Maybe it wouldn't even blow a tissue.
What a disgrace.
A lightly used tissue. The moon is gonna go up at 1:46 p.m. About 46 minutes from the time that we just started this podcast. The moon is gonna rise.
We can manifest.
Okay.
And
46 minutes.
you'll be able to see 48% of the moon tonight
turns me on.
if it's not covered by clouds. And it's a waxing crescent. We've heard that before. And it'll set, and the moon will set at 11:46 p.m. So everybody's very challenged. High tide is at 2:43 p.m. High tide. Everybody loves a high tide. Oh, yeah. The low tide, you smell all that, you know,
Is that what that is?
that smell.
I'm still new to LA, so sometimes there's that
Yes.
stench.
That stench.
And people are like, it's from the ocean. And
Like
I'm
the special. When you ever go to a restaurant, I heard when they offer the specials, they put the old fish on the special. So watch that.
Oh.
Today's special is the fish. Yeah, why? Because it's 10 days old.
Yep.
You some bitch. You some bitch.
Brian, you know what? I found out that ground meat at the grocery store is all the old steak. I never knew that. They just
Really?
like right
What?
before they're about to throw away the old steak, even after they put it on clearance, they'll take it in there and grind it up and make hamburger meat. I had no idea. So now I'm like all freaked out about that.
That's
What?
awful. Wait, what about turkey?
I don't
Same
know.
thing?
And I don't know about turkey.
Bok, bok, bok,
Oh,
bok,
hell
bok,
nah.
bok, bok.
I think that's a chicken. I think
Well-
turkeys make a different sound.
Now, I wore a long sleeve shirt
That's a
today
bird.
because I'm so sick and tired of the paper sticking to my arm. So I wore a long sleeve
You
shirt.
look great. You look very
But
handsome.
this was, it started even to stick on this open part here. It just,
It's driving you insane.
I just think it's, I can't live with it. I just can't.
We
All
can,
right.
we can talk about it after. I'll give you some coaching.
We're going to talk about it now.
Oh, yes. Yes, boss me around, please.
The humidity is 32%. The UV is very high. Be careful for you Irish people out there. It's number 7. It's very high. The air quality is very unhealthy, 165. And the particles they're talking about are PM 2.5. Those are those small particles that irritate the eyes and the nose. So if you're children or the elderly, or if you have any respiratory problems or issues, you best limit your exposure to the air quality today in Los Angeles. The visibility is, and I noticed this yesterday when I was doing the research. You know, visibility has 4 eyes in it. Do you really need 4 eyes in one word?
Visibility?
Visibility, visibility. 4 effing eyes in one word. I mean, it's just bull. It's just
That's ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Fucking ridiculous.
Don't tell them about Mississippi.
Oh,
Yo, don't go. Let's not. What?
the visibility is 9 miles. And usually it's 10, but I guess with the air quality, that's less than we anticipated. The chance of persist. I did this well. Participation is
Precipitation?
0. And
Is she making you nervous?
no, not really.
His hands shaking just a little bit.
That's
the
early.
yellow
That's early. It is a nice top. I mean, can you see the top with the camera? That's a nice top you selected. I don't know why you just didn't leave the top at home and come on in. That would have been really great. But you two probably would have kicked us off, I think.
Yeah, we would have shut this shit down.
Man.
For sure.
The hottest place, of course, again, is Iran. It's 116.4 degrees and 46.9 Celsius. I had a listener that wanted me to include Celsius, so that's why, I hope you're happy. And the coldest is Antarctica, as it always is, a negative 87 degrees below zero.
You could probably just not even say those last two anymore unless there's a change. Like out of nowhere, Kentucky is the hottest thing because it's on fire.
And you're right. I should edit that. And negative 66.1 Celsius for the coldest. Driest, I think, is still up in Oregon with the fires. And the wettest is in Bombay, which they changed the name to Mumbai. It's Mumbai now,
When did
not
that
Bombay.
happen?
That's the same place?
Yeah, it's quite a number of years ago they changed it. I was very upset when I heard that. I think
All right.
Bombay is the coolest name in the world.
Bombay.
Where are you going? I'm going to Bombay.
Like Bombay Sapphire.
And
I didn't know that was the same place. There's this
Mumbai.
restaurant called Bombay Deluxe in Anchorage, and
Oh,
now
yeah?
I'm like, is this wrong now?
the wettest place was in Bombay with 11.38 inches. Earthquake watch. There was a 4.3 in Indonesia at 11:28 a.m. this morning.
There was one a few days ago here.
Yeah.
Scared the
4.6.
shit out of me.
19th, Saturday night, the 19th, about 11:40 p.m.
Yo, that was one of the craziest.
I lost control of my bowels. I had to throw those underwears away. That was a real rough one. That was an angry earthquake,
Yeah,
man.
it was
That was the
scary.
angriest earthquake I felt.
Yeah. Same thing.
And I just lost it. It was just
Did you check up on anybody?
no.
Oh,
There's a 3.2 this morning.
I didn't
Really?
feel that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ridgecrest.
I didn't feel that.
And a couple of items that happened today on this date in history. In 1962, ABC's first color TV show, The Jetsons,
No way.
premiered.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
Kind of cool if you like cartoons.
I do.
Really.
Yeah. I like anime too.
Ooh.
And today, Russia said that they had the bomb. So that was nice that they let us know.
It's a good balance. You know what I'm saying? Jetsons. Commies.
Now, I also like to give a little gifts. I always like to bring gifts to my guests. And today I have a special gift.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
You may or may not be familiar with this product, but I think you are going to love it. I
Is it
know
a
I
vibrator?
do it.
I was just gonna say that.
vibrator?
I
Yes, that
would
would
jackrabbit.
It's a double-headed vibrator. How did you know that?
Oh my god.
One end is Asian and the other is Puerto Rican. So you get different ethnicities in your orgasm. Yeah. How did you know that, Brooke? You son of a gun. How did you know I had a double-headed dildo for both you broads? I mean, what kind of, anyway,
Wow.
no.
Which side would you take? I'll take the Puerto Rican.
Oh,
God damn it.
Do you know about
What
these
is
Redban?
this?
What is it?
Charleston Chew.
Why does this sound really racist?
No. Charleston Chew Candy was born during one of America's most fun-filled decades, the Roaring '20s. Named after the popular dance craze at the time, Charleston Chew has grown to become a household name for millions of Americans. Now our famous Charleston Chew candy is available in convenient bite-sized bars for snacking or sharing with friends. The same chewy flavored vanilla nugget with delicious chocolatey coating has been packaged in boxes so you can take them wherever you go. And these also come in strawberry and chocolate.
I love strawberry.
And they also come in big bars.
Never had strawberry.
Have you had this product before?
Oh, of course. I love
Yeah,
Charleston
I knew
Chews.
you'd know. How about you, Brooke?
These
Never.
are really good.
Brooke, I'm sorry.
I was like, Redban.
Did you have these before?
No.
Isn't it great?
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, Brenda. We got it. We got it.
So
For your audio listeners.
You can take this home.
Okay.
And so that's, I was going to bring some flowers for the beauty queens, but I figured, you've got enough flowers. You don't need any more flowers. And flowers won't last, but this is a taste you can take
I was
home.
just telling Brenda how I kill plants.
I just got 2
That's good
plants.
you didn't get me any.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's dive right into items of interest. I'd like to get through them so we can get to interesting talk about that death beauty contest winner. Do you remember that, Brooke?
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Really? There was a woman who won Miss America,
Okay.
and she was deaf.
Did she do like sign language?
I don't know what went on, but
So,
she won.
Miss America is separate from Miss USA. So we're part of the and Miss USA is part of the Miss Universe organization. So we're part of the Miss Universe organization.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
I love it. So what? Maybe we could find out when the deaf one was. What part she? I think she was Miss America. Yeah. So you're saying you weren't part of the Miss America? You're part of Miss. There's different branches of beauty contests.
yeah, there's Miss Earth, there's Miss World, there's Miss United States,
Miss International.
Miss International.
a lot.
There's so many.
Yeah. Later on, I'm going to ask you. Like, I'm going to pretend I'm one of the judges. I'm going to ask you what your.
Oh,
Do it!
Let's
Yes, let's
I'm ready.
fucking do
How
this.
will you stop
I'm ready.
world hunger and help people with?
I believe that such as just kidding.
Actually, the first
Americas.
Miss America was in 1973.
Oh, shut up. She really. Yeah, see, she does sign language.
Yeah, I was very alarmed at
Heather
that. What do the other
White
girls
Stone.
think? How do they tell their mother they lost to a deaf woman? Mom, she can't even hear. How the hell did I lose to someone who can't even hear?
But Miss America has nothing to do with deaf. It's about. All right.
Well, I just think that they should be. It is a contest of beauty and whatnot. I mean,
Yeah,
But she's beautiful.
yeah, I'm sure she is. But I mean, if she came up on stage in a walker, can she still win? That's
Yeah,
what I
but
mean.
Walker's different than deaf. Deaf is pretty
Yes, you
good.
can.
Yeah.
All
Yes,
right,
you can.
so I guess
You could-
as usual, I'm wrong.
You could sneak out of the house. You could sneak out of the house, and she would never know.
Oh, you're so bad. You're so bad.
Okay, here we go. Let's start the items of interest.
She clearly won't have a problem with her husband going to Bangkok. Just saying.
One night in
saying.
Bangkok. All right, let's start with the items of interest, see if we can get through these. A 12-year-old Colorado boy was suspended from school and visited by police after his teacher spotted a toy gun in his home during an online class.
What?
Isaiah Elton's plastic gun is neon green, but his teacher reported him to the school principal, who suspended him and called police. He was in tears when the cops came, said the boy's father, Curtis Elliott. We were all scared. What kind of...
That is not okay.
Who are these teachers today that do this kind of
That's
thing?
not okay.
Especially if it's green. I could see like if it's a realistic like BB gun that's
Right.
black or something like that. Sure, you shouldn't have that. But
Right.
Stupid teachers.
So what happened to the teacher?
Probably nothing.
It's fucking annoying.
I love these questions when I'm the only black person in the room.
A Florida man brought a musket. A Florida man brought a musket used in the Civil War in an online auction and found that the weapon was loaded. It could have gone off and killed somebody, said John Piasco, and I guess that person would have been the victim of the Civil War.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
News that vinyl records outsold compact discs.
What does it say about ADHD? It says something about ADHD.
It's not real.
Hey. Hey. We are not going to go there.
No.
No.
Listen. Linda, listen.
No, I would love to talk about it because it's...
No, I want to divulge into it. Maybe you can help us. So they say the vinyl records outsold compact discs in the first half of 2020 for the first time since the 1980s. Overall, vinyl sales are up more than 4% over 2019, while revenue for CDs plunged by 48% because they skip and they get old. If you take care of an album, it'll last forever.
I don't know the last time I bought a CD.
Yeah, I don't even see CDs anymore. I see vinyl at like clothing stores now because it's so hip, but I don't
Right.
see.
Yeah, Urban Outfitters
Yeah,
has
Urban
like a whole
Outfitters,
vinyl
yeah.
section.
Do you
They even
guys
have
remember...
cassettes.
Do you guys remember Sam Goody?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I used to rush in there for Backstreet Boys CDs.
What was your first CD?
You know what song I heard today on the radio coming in? The one about if the God has a sick sense of humor, and when I die, I'll find him laughing. You know that one, right?
No. No.
You lost.
But that was meant for you.
No, I bet a lot of people know what I'm
What is
talking
it?
about.
What is it? Yeah.
The song?
Yeah.
Pamesh Mode, maybe.
Depeche Mode? I didn't know that.
If I find God laughing. I need a shower. If I was in a shower right now, it would sound pretty good, right? You have a shower in the
great.
studio?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Are you Italian?
Portuguese,
No way.
from the island of Crest.
That's cool. No, you have that like that undertone as if you could like be an Italian.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Is this a song?
God has a wicked sense.
What is happening right now?
Yeah, this is it. This is it, Redban.
What is going on?
I can just say a couple of words. He pulls it right up. It's unbelievable.
He's amazing. So this is a song.
Yeah, it'll come up. I'll read over it until it comes to that part.
I feel like I'm in a music video.
Yeah, this is it. Madonna announced she was co-writing and directing a new biop on her own roller coaster life. Who better to tell it than me, she said.
Oh hell yes.
Is she going to speak in a British accent?
She going to put an eye patch on and act like an idiot?
Well, yes.
That's Depeche Mode, yeah.
I
That's
hope it's
awesome.
not on Lifetime. They always mess up biopics.
Oh my god, and they cast the weirdest looking people to represent whoever they're trying to.
It's bad.
Do the biopic on.
This is a crazy one. The
Madonna is
an
queen.
essay written by GPT-3, a language generating artificial intelligence program. GPT-3 assures readers that eradicating humanity seems like a rather useless endeavor.
I love you so much.
For artificial intelligence machines, since people will keep doing what they've been doing, hating and fighting each other. That's kind of sad. Yeah.
Yeah. One love,
AI has
man.
been around way longer than people realize.
And Daniel Snyder, owner of the NFL team formerly known as the Washington Redskins, said that the current placeholder name, the Washington football team, may become permanent
Ew.
if the name catches on and our fans embrace it.
No, how is that going to catch on?
Yeah. I don't know much about football. Are you guys football?
Everybody
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
about football.
I know.
Hit him! Penalty!
Listen.
You touched him. You hit his head. Penalty! Hit him! Penalty!
Can you imagine being a cheerleader for the Washington football team? Go Washington football team!
America's record-setting hurricane season continued this week as a Category 1 storm slammed into southern Alabama and the Florida Panhandle, dumping torrential rains as it moved inland. The storm made landfall at 4:45 a.m. Wednesday, about 105 miles per hour, and it did a lot of damage.
I don't know why I'm dancing. I'm not dancing because of that news. I'm just
You
very
look good.
hyper.
Brooke, you look good in yellow. Yellow is your color, I think.
Thank you.
She's stunning.
Actually,
Can't bel-
blue's my color, but I'm trying to embrace the. So, I actually used to be scared of the color yellow because of bees.
Right.
So,
Aww.
How long you been in Los Angeles? Do you miss Alaska?
no.
How long you been here?
I was born and raised there, and I moved here 2 years ago. But I used to live a couple other places too.
Now in Alaska, do you miss the payment you got for the oil? If you're a permanent resident of Alaska, don't you get that oil snippet?
Yeah, the permanent fund dividend. Except it's all tied up in politics right now, so actually people are only getting half of what they should be getting.
Shit.
Because the governor
It was
took
like
half of it away because of the deficit.
it's like $1,500 or $1,800 a year or something.
It varies. It's like from like 1,000 to 2,000.
This is a program where the residents of Alaska share in the profits from the oil drilling.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get it from
A lot of cheap people
when you're,
move there
like-
just for that.
Yeah. I mean, it like helps.
You know, any penny I can get, I'll get. I'll move to Alaska. I don't care. I hate the snow. I hate Eskimos. I hate everything about it. But you know, I get a little extra money with the oil, and I'll go there.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I did comedy in
Native-
Alaska.
Did you? When?
At Cahoots.
Shut up.
You know what? Somebody
Could
else.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You went to Coots?
Yeah, in
That's not
the one room
surprising.
with the underwear and everything
Oh
like that.
my
and
God.
It was cool. I was there for like 4 days with Kate Quigley, and the weird thing is though, it's after it was over, like at 1 a.m.
You got stabbed?
No. Then you go outside and it's like daylight out, and you're just like, well, I guess I'll just keep on drinking. You know, like there's no stop.
It gets you.
Yeah.
It gets you. That's the only downside of going out in Anchorage. You just don't realize what time it is, and then all of a sudden it's like 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
The sun's coming up.
I don't know if I could deal with that.
I talked
Yeah,
to
I wouldn't be able to.
I talked to a friend in Seattle, Washington, and he said, you know, Washington doesn't charge income tax. He said, but they get you on everything else, on the sales
Property
tax.
tax.
And he said to rent a car in Seattle is like, it's you know, so you can't win. You can't win. They get you one way, to get you the other way. Mexico City, President Andrew Manuel, you're a little hometown.
Who, man? I'm from
Matt-
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara,
That was
Jalisco.
so racist. Just
What?
kidding. He's like in your hometown.
I'm sorry.
Guadalajara.
You're like, I'm from Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. This is the president of Mexico. Came to office 2 years ago, pledging to rid the Mexican government of corruption and excess.
Yeah, right.
And one of his first goals was to sell the presidential jet. He flies coach.
Oh my ass.
After he couldn't find a buyer, he announced plans to raffle the plane off. Mexicans mocked the idea, noting that such a plane cost $1.7 million a year in upkeep alone.
Damn.
So this week, the president held a lottery to give 100 winners close to $1 million each, with total prize money approaching the value of the Boeing 787 Dreamliner.
What?
Any excess money raised would go towards hospitals, since raffle tickets cost $24 each in a land where monthly income is only about $785 a month. Mm-hmm. They didn't sell well, and the little money was raised for the hospital. Plane is still on the market. This is why people shouldn't buy airplanes. These rich people, it's like people who buy horses. You don't realize how much a freaking horse costs. The
man.
horse house, the horse shoes, the horse food.
The horse, everything.
You know, oh, I own a horse. Good. You pay for the horse. You feed the horse.
Okay, but like,
And veterinarian bills. Yeah, you ride the horse and have a good time, and then pay through the nose. It's like having a boat.
I do enjoy derbies though.
Oh, you like to get dressed up in those hats.
I
Ooh,
do.
you do
There's
it for the
bougie.
fashion, though, I can
in those dresses.
there's so much fun
She's a bougie.
to be at.
Oh, I'll have another little glass of wine, please.
Thanks. But, like my hat. The rush that you get when that horse is approaching that finish line, and you have like this big 10-pound hat on. It just like
It just really
don't know.
adds.
It's an aphrodisiac,
Aphrodisiac?
right?
Never
ginger beer. Yes.
Because women, when they dress up in those dresses, you know they're thinking about other things.
What?
Aphrodisiac.
Aphrodisiac?
Yeah, aphrodisiac.
Oysters?
Perfect.
Oyster.
Except they don't serve that stuff. You would think they would, but a lot of it is just pre-made.
Indonesians before.
Yeah.
Really?
Indonesians
hot dogs?
who don't pay attention to the mask mandates are being made to dig graves for COVID-19 victims. That punishment was meted out last week to 8 men in the East Java district of Kareem.
Oh my God.
There are only 3 available grave diggers at the moment, so I thought it might as well put these people to work with them, said District Leader Shithead. Hopefully this can create a deterrent effect against violations. Elsewhere in the country, mask refusers have been ordered to sit in a hearse and reflect.
What?
Indonesia, the world's 4th most populous nation, has officially registered more than 225,000 coronavirus cases and nearly 9,000 deaths, although the true numbers are likely much higher. Same thing here in America. A lot of people who died early on in this problem were misdiagnosed, or they didn't know what they had. But we're over 200,000 now, Redban, which is not a good day, a good thing at all. Now, I have 2 interesting biopics. I'm going to let the girls decide. Do you want to hear about Jane? They're both pretty interesting. Jane Fonda, or do you want to listen to Kate Winslet?
Kate Winslet.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Jane. Bye-bye, Jane. Bye-bye. Kate Winslet is this Kate, the one who was on Titanic?
Titanic.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, they kissed and the ship sunk,
and
and
then
then
she-
they came
she
up and they were
lived.
alive. Yeah,
Yeah.
She's a
unbelievable.
selfish bitch. She's a selfish.
Yes.
She has
woman.
nice stupid boobies.
They're on that dang board.
Kate Winslet has always hated the red carpet, said so-and-so and so-and-so. Sitting in her home in her bathrobe, none of my pants fit me at the moment, she admits. Whistler says that one of the pandemic's few benefits is that the award shows, movie premieres, and publicity tours have been canceled. It's always pained me, the money that gets wasted on flying journalists, actors, glam squads all over the world, she says. Why the hell is any of that important? Because that's how they sell movie tickets, you idiot. The dresses and the dress fittings, it's so stressful. The British actress, 44, concedes that it may sound elitist to gripe about award shows at a time like this, but she says it's always been so baffling to me. The hoopla and the wasted money that could be better put to making more independent films, number one, or building classrooms. She also has been reflecting on her decision to work with 2 directors accused of sexual assault. Roman Polanski for 2011's Carnage, and Woody Allen for the 2017 Wonder Wheel. What was I doing, she says. It's unbelievable to me now that these men were held in such high regard, and I have to take responsibility. I worked with them both. Whistler now wants to set a good example for younger women. That's you two. Brooke, she wants to set an example for you. We're handing them a pretty effed up world, so I'd like to do my bit to having some proper integrity. What do you think about that?
I just realized that it says Kate Winslet boobs.
I'm like, what the hell? I was reading this and she's like, I don't sign pictures with my boobs on it because that makes me really uncomfortable. And I'm like,
Yeah, get over it.
Yeah, they're just milk suppliers for infants. Okay, get over it. And a lot of and things. So
Goddamn milk suppliers.
Irish fighting star Conor McGregor was under investigation in a European place this week after a young woman said he flashed his private parts at her and assaulted her as she entered a bar toilet. McGregor, 32, was vacationing on the French island with his longtime partner and their 2 children.
what?
Oh my god.
And was surrounded by... He must be one of those bad drunks who gets drunk and just does bad stuff.
Oh my god.
His children and his wife are there, and he's grabbing ass. And was surrounded by his bodyguards when he allegedly exposed himself after a night of heavy drinking. Police raided his yacht and said they were evaluating key physical tests and video evidence. McGregor, a famously volatile star of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, vehemently denied any wrongdoing. Vehemently.
Of course, I love the UFC. I didn't watch the Woodley fight though, so please don't tell me what happened. I have purposely tried to stay away from whatever happened.
You want to be surprised when you see it for the first time.
I was watching prelims a few days ago, but what?
What?
Don't be catty.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we're talking about you.
Oh,
we're talking about you so bad you don't even know what's going on.
Great. What happened?
No. Former President Jimmy Carter reveals in an upcoming documentary that his son smoked marijuana with the country legend Willie Nelson on the roof of the White House. Multiple news outlets reported last week in his autobiography, Nelson, famously a a weed enthusiast, said he once shared a joint with one of the servants in the White House. Carter, 95, amended that, saying it was actually one of my sons, Chip Carter. Confirmed the story, saying that on September 13th, 1980, Nelson had been jamming at the White House when they decided to go to the roof. We leaned against the flagpole, Carter said, and lit one up. Wow. That's an item of interest. A Texas woman's video of her singing became an internet sensation after it captured her mother crashing through the ceiling. Liz Simone was practicing a number from the stage version of Heathers, whatever that is.
Oh, isn't that
Shut up. That's so funny.
To get ready for an audition when suddenly the ceiling burst open behind her, revealing a pair of naked legs wiggling in the midair.
Stop.
Oh my God, Millie screams.
Stop. Oh my God. Stop right now.
Stop. Oh my God.
How did that happen?
Somebody's
hell?
eating too many burgers. Oh my God, that was too funny. Oh my God, Millen screams. When her father called out to her mom, "Did you just fall through the ceiling?" Her mom shot back, "You're not going to ask if I'm okay."
Does this say how it happened or like anything else?
No, that's it.
Jeez.
An Austrian man beat his own world record, enduring more than 2.5 hours inside a nearly 500-pound box of ice cubes. Stupid 43, who wore only bathing suits, told a crowd of spectators who had gathered to witness his feat that he was able to withstand the wave of pain by visualizing and drawing on positive emotions.
It's mindfulness for you.
After the ordeal, Koebel, his name is Koeberl, said that it was basically not unpleasant, but conceded that the son certainly felt really great on his back. There he is.
Oh, no.
I married Mr. Stupid. My husband, a stupid ass. What are you doing this weekend? I'm going to go in the ice. You know, I'm going to act like a big beer. I'm going to be a big beer in the ice.
Some people need attention that bad.
God.
Yeah.
The owner of a British hair salon was temporarily blocked from publishing a help wanted ad seeking a happy stylist because the posting discriminated against unhappy people. Alice Birch said she initially thought the complaint by the Department of Work and Pensions was a joke before realizing it was serious. A department spokesman has since apologized, but Birch says she is too unnerved by the incident to repost. I only want happy people, she said, but I'm too scared to advertise my job now in case I discriminate against anybody. This is in British. This is in England. Can you believe that nonsense?
I can.
Unbelievable.
It seems like the exact opposite. Like you want like somebody happy, you know? Why would you say? That's
I know.
ridiculous.
I know.
How could you get mad at that?
Because people are strange.
It's like the person who reported the toy gun. There are certain people that have jobs that they shouldn't be employed. They should be they should be in a box of rocks someplace in the back of a shed. Since recycling programs began decades ago, less than 10% of consumer plastic has been recycled. We've talked about this before. Internal plastic industry documents reveal that the industry leaders promoted recycling to assure public concerns about plastic refuse, even though they knew that recycling plastic was too expensive and impractical to be adopted on a broad scale. Work has been completed on 30 miles of new wall on the U.S.-Mexican border, far short of the 500 to 600 miles the president vowed to build in 2018. Only 5 miles of the new wall consist of primary barriers. The additional 25 miles are secondary barriers that sit behind primary ones.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. That wall is never going to be built.
So how old were you when they dropped you over the wall?
1 year old.
Did somebody catch you, or did you have somebody on the other side, or did you just crawl here?
She literally threw me over to a coyote, and the coyote had all these fake paper saying I was her daughter, and so I crossed in a car. But my mom ran through the desert, swam, went through muddy tunnels. The next day, she was 16 years old, and she was with a group of like 30 men. and there was another 16-year-old with her, another female. And my mom's petite, and so she was falling behind, and she tells this story of when it was like 2 a.m., ICE was behind them and like driving, and they were flashing the lights. They were about to get caught, and my mom was falling behind, and she said that there's a guy that grabbed her and literally flung her over, and if it wasn't for that man, my mom would have died. Like, she would have gotten caught and like definitely raped and murdered or something. It was crazy.
So he threw her over where?
He threw her over to catch up with the group.
Oh.
Yeah.
Over a wall?
I don't know,
Over-
but like he just flung her over, like in front.
So you were reunited with your mom once you got back in America?
Yeah, so
Oh, that's good news.
the coyote delivered me to my dad because he was here on a working visa. And when they delivered me to him, they let my grandmother know.
Are we going out live? Are we streaming live?
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and so I forgot what else I was going to say.
She got thrown over.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, then my mom got delivered. But my mom was in a car with, like, 10 other people in the car. The seats would lift up, and they were stuffing people in there, in the trunk as well.
Wow.
I know.
That's
Nuts.
craziness.
Yeah, dude.
It's quite... and we're going to get back to this as soon as we finish with item of interest.
Yeah.
And I want to find a little bit more about you. And
So many things to know.
wow. Miss Alaska, huh? It's Alaska, right?
Uh-huh.
What year?
2018.
Wow, not too far away.
know.
Behind us. In the
Yeah.
past. Yeah, not too long ago. That's what I meant to say. This is a real...
Oh my god.
There
you really
she
just Googled me?
is. Yeah.
You really just Googled
Oh,
that?
I'm just getting it ready for later.
Oh my god, yes. I love this quit. Wait, where'd it go?
Save it for later. When we do.
Oh, okay.
Retractable ocean liner sails could reduce cargo shipping emissions by 90%, said so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. Fuel-burning ships have been the preferred transport method of global trade for more than 2 centuries, but a number of companies are working on ways of bringing emission-free sail propulsion back to the cargo shipping world. So-and-so and so says designing 5 colossal 260-foot-high extendable wing sails to power a ship, the Ocean Bird, that can transport 7,000 cars and trucks. The sails are built with metal and composites that can retract down to 66 feet for low bridges. The builder expects to deliver the first vessel in 2024. One downside, even the latest tech sailing is still slower, requiring 12 days instead of the typical 8 for a North Atlantic crossing. So that's very interesting. That's an item of interest for you people who are interested in that.
Where are you reading these from?
This is my magazine I get every week when
What
it
is
comes
it?
on. It's called The Week.
Oh.
And then I bought it, so I figure I could do what I want with
I
it.
feel like I haven't seen
You know?
paper like news in so long. I like it.
This is a very interesting. This is out of Siberia. A natural phenomenon is causing the ground to explode spontaneously in Siberia, leaving a gaping craters up to 100 feet deep and 65 feet wide. The remnants of 17-inch ice volcanoes have been spotted on the so-and-so and so-and-so peninsula since the first crater was discovered in 2014. So what is this? This is about the permafrost. That deep, deep ground is melting, and it's letting out those gases, and that's causing these volcanoes.
I've never been to one. I want to visit a volcano so bad.
I know. I want to go to Hawaii, too, and get really close to the edge and see if I can, get my eyebrows scorched.
One erupted in Alaska when I was in high school. Mount Redoubt. And then it was like ash all over the place, and like we had to like cancel school.
For how long?
Like a day.
Brothers and sisters?
I have an older sister.
And just you? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's good. How about you? You must have about 20 or 30.
Yes.
No.
How did you know?
Because Latin... Latins have that blood.
yeah.
You know, that high energy sex drive. You know,
it's
I got a
true.
friend now in Tijuana now. He's my age and he's going like crazy.
It's true.
I don't know where they get all the energy. They get that energy, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm a freak of nature. The fact that I don't have kids, my family's like, "What's wrong with you?" Brenda, I don't know exactly what they sound like.
So you have brothers and sisters?
I have, yes, I have a little sister. She's 13.
Wow.
Oh, she's the cutest thing too.
She is. She's a little savage. Like, she has a face of an angel,
She's a
but
cheerleader.
she's insane.
I want to be her.
Yeah, I know. I want to be her so bad. She's so much cooler than
Like
I
my
am.
friends' little sisters are like so cooler than me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't get it.
This one is about the movie Cooties. Not Cooties. Cooties.
Cooties?
Cooties.
Cuties.
Cuties.
Oh
Cuties.
my god.
You said cooties?
This is a controversial film. A lot of people are drawing conclusions about it, but it's a shame a movie about an 11-year-old's moral education has made so many adults act stupid, said so-and-so and so-and-so. But last week's Netflix premiere of Cuties, debuted a debutante, or whatever, a debut feature film by a female French director has blown up into a major cultural skirmish. Much of it's fueled by people who haven't even seen the Sundance Award-winning film about a tweaking preteen dance crew, but decided to label it child pornography.
Why?
An online petition to remove the movie has gathered 500,000 signatures. Hashtag cancel Netflix is trending on Twitter, and Senator Ted Cruz said Tom Cotton have called on the Justice Department to investigate with Cruz, also suggesting that Barack Obama profits from child exploitation because the former president has a production deal with Netflix.
There you go.
See
What
how
an idiot.
See how
know.
people connect so many things that aren't connectable.
Have you watched the
It's
movie?
insane.
No. I don't have
haven't I
prescription.
watched it.
I don't have prescription television.
Listen.
How was it?
How is it?
Listen. Okay. So there's like two issues going on here. So there's the part where like I completely understand how people are like, why would you let 11-year-old actors depict these kind of things on in film, which I totally get. I get that. But what I urged people to do, like on Facebook and stuff, I was like, watch the movie. Because honestly, the parts of the movie I remember just in front of my head have nothing to do with them dancing. The dancing part is so
Secondary.
secondary to the actual story and what the story is truly about, which, hey, okay, maybe they could have done it differently. I'm not the director. I'm whatever. But I completely understand people's issues with that. But the story is truly like, for instance, do you remember when you first got your period and all of a sudden people were like,
Whoa. Is that okay to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay with me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, you know when you first got your period and people were like, you're a woman now.
Right, which is so fucking weird because we're not.
So that's like the biggest part I took from this is because in this movie, this young girl is growing up and she has a very like religious, very traditional family where she's now given responsibilities to cook for her family, to watch her
Just
brother.
because she had her
all the stuff.
period?
And now she has her period and now she's a woman now. So she goes to school.
That's insane.
So she goes to that happens all the time. My mom told me the same thing.
And the fuck
She's
that?
like,
I get my
"You're a-
fucking period and I'm a fucking woman. I have to fucking cook now? Are you kidding me? How does blood coming out of my body all of a sudden make me fucking Wolfgang Puck in the kitchen? Like, I don't understand.
So that's the problem. That's what the movie wanted to say because a part of it.
By the way, I should say I love Wolfgang Puck because he's my former boss. I should not have thrown his name out there like that.
It's nice. It's nice when a woman has her visitor or her friend.
Yes.
You know, because it's attractive to men when they know that they got through that. Yeah.
One thing I did hear about the movie is that how it was filmed, some of the shots, like actually the
Yeah, it was, like,
photography
too
is like
close
it's
up.
too close. Like, why are you
It's
doing
like,
a
why
crotch
are you-
shot on this girl? type
So
thing?
I can't speak for that, but one thing I completely understand, like when watching the film, is that they really dive on of like how young ladies are treated in their families and like society, and then she goes to school. And they're on TikTok and they're doing all these like womanly dances, like dances that are way too old for them.
Yeah.
And it's like this weird, like messed up, like, okay, so I'm a woman now, but I'm not. But you're telling me I have these responsibilities, but I'm not. But
It's because you're
like
not.
but you're telling me I can bear children now, but like I can't dance the way I want to, and that is what the movie's about. It's like this really messed up, like you are sitting in the character's eyes, seeing all these like adult things, but then when she goes home, it's like, no, you're a kid, but actually you're an adult. Like, you need to watch your brother, and you need to do this, and you're gonna get married
like
when you're 16, and like.
What?
It's messed up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so true.
A lot of people in America back east, down south, it was normal to marry
Yeah.
when you're 16.
But are you a woman, right? Like,
No.
But then,
No.
But then it's like, okay, so if I'm a woman, can I go out and like, twerk and dance and have fun? No, it's inappropriate. So it's like, wait a second.
It's
That's weird.
You can't have it both ways.
Yes, so that's truly what the movie was getting at. I 100% agree on the side of like, okay, maybe they shouldn't have like gotten crotch shots. That was
And the advertising of it.
Sometimes
they sucked at it. The advertising was trash on Netflix. And
Sometimes to make the movie believable to the viewer, a crotch shot is okay. You know, I don't mind a crotch shot.
of 11-year-old.
Not 11-year-old, but I bet they were old. They played 11-year-olds. I think they were older than that, weren't they? Aren't they older and play 11-year-olds?
No, these are actually kids.
I haven't seen it, so I can't speak on the film.
It's interesting. Like, this is a horrible. They should not have. This isn't even what the movie's about. This is why it really frustrated me, because when I actually watched it, it was like this part in the film is literally like 5 minutes. But it was it's a symbolic thing of what the character is going through, not what the movie's about. It's not kids that are twerking.
Right.
It's about this girl's like upcoming into this world now in society.
I bet they made that poster just to get people to watch it more.
Exactly. They really screwed that up.
What
the hell?
Let's go over some business news. We're almost done with the items of interest. One-time billionaire Chuck Feeney, co-founder of Duty Free Shoppers, shut down his philanthropic foundation after giving away his entire $8 billion fortune. What a great guy. I know you've raised a lot of money from some nice causes.
I have.
Causes, and we'll get into that. And I like that. My favorite charity is Doctors Without Borders.
I want to be part of that too.
And after giving away his entire $8 billion fortune, including $3.7 billion for education and $870 million to human rights and social change organizations, Feeney set aside $2 million for his and his wife's retirement. That's nice when they give all that money away. Well, they say you can't take it with you. With only one vessel sailing, the Carnival cruise line is losing $770 million a month, and it is offering to sell $1 billion of new shares to raise cash and auctioning off one of its older cruise ships.
Whoa.
You know, my friend does comedy shows on these Carnival cruise ships, and you know what he calls the audiences? Savages.
They are. They're crazy.
Savages.
I wouldn't go on Carnival again.
Amazon is on a seamlessly relentless hiring binge, said so-and-so and so-and-so. He plans to add 100,000 warehouse jobs and additional 33,000 corporate positions behind Walmart. Amazon has grown even bigger as the coronavirus pandemic forced many people to stay home. It accounts for 1/3 of the U.S. online sales. The company says all new jobs will pay at least $15 an hour with signing bonuses in some cities. Everybody's complaining about having so much money, but imagine if you had a store and everybody in the world or in the country
Shopped
at your store. you know?
Yeah.
And that's what it's like.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, everybody shops at his store.
Right.
Pepsi is launching a new product aimed at insomniacs, said so-and-so and so-and-so. The maker of such caffeinated favorites as Rockstar and Mountain Dew is now going with something a little more chill, targeting the $1 billion sleep aid industry with a new enhanced water drink called Driftwell.
Shut
What?
up.
It contains
What?
200
No.
milligrams of L-lithophene,
Stop.
an amino acid that's found in green and black teas and some mushrooms, which studies have shown can improve sleep quality and help.
It's what makes you sleepy after eating turkey.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And relieve stress. Such relaxing drinks are a small segment of the multi-billion-dollar functional beverage industry, which includes energy and sports drinks. But their popularity in Japan suggests they could become part of America's everyday routine. Driftwell will come in just one flavor, blackberry lavender, in a 1.5 ounce mini cans, the perfect size for hydrating before bedtime without requiring another trip to the bathroom. You know, I was buying
What?
the salsa drinks at Costco, and
Right.
it's too expensive. You know, now what I'm doing? I get a gallon of orange juice, and I just pour a little bit in the water. And that's what I drink now, water with a little orange.
What?
Cut the orange juice a little bit.
Does that help you?
Well, you got to drink something. You got to keep hydrated, you know. And so
Fuck
you
it.
got to, and you get sick of making iced tea. That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is a pain in the ass. It's very
And-
acidic too for your stomach.
So you know, it's hard to.
I do that with apple juice. I take light apple juice and then I cut it pretty much in half with water because I
do
like
that.
it.
I
It's
do that.
refreshing.
Yeah,
You know?
I do that
it's
too.
Just to give the taste some water, I guess.
This is a thing.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Brooke?
The hell? What? Oh, no. I just,
I like
Really?
that. I like
just,
that
I
name.
just guess I'm just very unhealthy.
Brooke is a great name.
Thank you. It's very American.
Good going for your parents. You know, they could have named
You
you.
guys get tired of drinking water?
I'm not that
Yeah.
person.
That's why I'm. That's
I
why
love
I'm.
water.
Yes, water sometimes can be bland.
Yeah, I hate water. I actually take this
don't-
thing called shit. I can't remember right now, but it's like those little things
Yeah.
you pour in the water. Fuck, what's it called?
Mio
No.
flavoring? No.
Okay.
I like water.
I've got two obituaries today because they're both extremely exciting. And first one is Tom Siva. We lost Tom Siva. He's 76 years old. Tom Siva was the most valuable player of the 1969 Miracle Mets and one of the greatest pitchers in baseball history. When the 22-year-old Siva joined the New York Mets in 1967, the franchise was laughingstock and had never finished higher than ninth in the 10-team National League. But with his blazing fastball, wicked slider, and famously cerebral approach to pitching, Siva turned the Mets around. The ace threw an incredible 8 straight complete game victories in the Mets as the Mets charged back from a 10th game deficit in August 1969 to make the playoffs. So this is just
Damn.
and if you don't mind, I'd like to read a letter.
Please.
This is a letter that my late sister Sue, who passed away just recently, wrote to Tom Siva, and it's really a nice letter.
My condolences. I'm sorry.
Thanks. Okay, where is it? Where is the Oh God. Okay, here's the letter. I'll try to read it fast. It's a nice letter. I'm a baseball fan and I'm a Mets fan. Have been since the summer of '69. As Father's Day approaches, it brings to mind not only memories of my dad, but also of another dad, Tom Siva. About 15 years ago, while watching a Mets game on WPIX with Siva in the broadcast booth, I decided it was time to wish Tom Terrific a happy Father's Day. I sent him a letter, and in return, he sent me a personal note written on a photograph of him at work on the mound. This summer, the Mets celebrated 50 years since that amazing season. Sadly, Tom Siva will not be joining the celebration in Queens due to health issues. Sharing this letter is my tribute to the Hall of Famer. So apparently he was sick when she wrote this letter, and he just died the other day, I guess. Listening to you on the recent Mets broadcast brought back a flood of memories for me. I realized that this baseball season marks 35 years that I have been following my beloved Mets. Upon reflection, I also realized that you, Tom Terrific, made it possible. As Father's Day approaches, I just thought it was time to say thanks. In the summer of '69, I was 14-year-old growing up on Long Island. I had just finished 8th grade and enjoyed the usual things girls my age enjoyed. I played softball, ran track, and loved the Beatles and the Stones, but had no interest whatsoever in professional baseball. It was during the summer that I not only discovered baseball and fell in love with the Mets, but I connected with my dad in a way I had never thought possible. You were pitching against the Cubs that summer day. My memory tells me it was a Sunday afternoon, but I could be wrong about that. I do remember that my mom kept calling my dad to the dinner table and finally sent me to see what was keeping him. Then he was glued to the television. It was his 5th or 6th inning, and you were perfect. I sat down beside my dad to find out what the big deal was. He proceeded to explain to me what was so special, and before I knew it, I caught the fever, baseball fever. More importantly, I suddenly realized what it felt like to connect with my dad in a way we hadn't done before. We sat and talked strategy and rules, and his enthusiasm was just contagious. As I reflect back, I realized that he must have enjoyed sharing his enthusiasm and teaching me the game as much as I was just plain happy to have his attention. It could have been fishing, golf, or chess, but it happened to be baseball. As each one out, oh my God, somebody's calling me. So we'll have to stop that. All right, now this
You
is...
should push the red button and just.
Oh, decline. Okay, thank you, Brooke. Dad would watch every Met game in those days as Channel 9, and when he couldn't bear to watch them blow a lead, he would turn off the set and go to the bedroom only to turn on the radio and listen to it. Each morning from April to September, after the amazing season of '69, the first thing my dad and I would discuss would be the results of the Met game the night before. This was something no one else in the family could quite understand. They couldn't understand the importance of the sport, but for my dad and me, it wasn't so much the sport, but the relationship that had grown between us. The following summer, we attended the game together at Shea, Helmet Day, and I saw my first game in person. And it finishes with a little paragraph here. My dad passed away in 1993, but I still love the game of baseball, and I love the Mets. Maybe because it was a gift my dad gave me, or maybe because it keeps me alive in me. It keeps him alive in me. Either way, many times after a particularly good Met game, I think of my dad and how he would have enjoyed that, or the discussion we would have had. Mr. Siva, Major League Baseball doesn't recognize the game you pitched against the Cubs as a perfect one, but I do. This was the game that did it for me. That's the game that changed the life of a 14-year-old girl. Thanks for the memory, and happy Father's Day. Isn't that nice?
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Thank you
Reminds me
for
of my
sharing
dad.
that.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, she passed away on the right after July 30th. We were just finishing a podcast.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
And thank you. And this is just a great day to have this, not to have this person die, but this second obituary is for you guys. This is a woman, the researcher who upended views of sexuality. She died. She was 78. Her name was Sheer Height.
Sheer Height.
You know Sheer Height?
No.
Listen to this. I couldn't believe it. She was way ahead of her time. Sheer Height changed the way people think about women and sex. In a 1976 book built on a survey of 3,500 women, The Height Report, a nationwide study of female sexuality, she challenged traditional male views of sex, depicting a nation of women who found standard intercourse unfulfilling and achieved greater pleasure on their own. By depicting unsatisfied women as understimulated rather than frigid. The book sparked a revolution in the bedroom, said so-and-so and so-and-so, selling more than 48 million copies. Haight followed it with a report on male sexuality, depicting American men as riddled with performance anxiety. Critics assailed the lack of rigor in her methodology. So they were giving her a hard time because she was telling the truth. You know,
Of course.
Playboy called her anti-male, but she was hailed by women who saw her book as an extension of the 1960 liberation movement. Male sexology was laboratory-based, said Height. Mine focused on real women's experience. Wow.
Wow. That was fascinating. I didn't know
She
that
was
at
born
all.
in St. Joseph, Mississippi, to a serviceman father and a 16-year-old mother. That's what we were talking about. They get married young back then.
Yeah.
And even today, perhaps, said the Times. They soon discovered that her mother married a truck driver after they split. Height was raised primarily by grandparents and later by an aunt in Florida. She studied history at the University of Florida, pursued a PhD at Columbus University, and left when she was told that she could not write her dissertation on female sexuality. Said so and so and so. A part-time model, she posed for a typewriter ad. Listen to this. Caressing the keys. Horrified when she saw the tagline, "The typewriter's so smart, she doesn't have to be."
Wow. Wow.
Gives me the chills just reading it.
Yep.
It's a complete slap in the face.
Yep.
It's like the biggest male chauvinist fucking pig
We're used
comment
to it.
you can
that's
utter.
still
We're
so
used to
live.
it. Being in, competing in pageants, a lot of the time they're like, oh, these girls are just pretty. They're airheads. What do they have to do? But no, Brooke is a big philanthropist, just like I am. Like we're smart as fuck.
Are there a portion
We
of the
have to be.
contestants that probably are not, and that's what gives them the whole ball of wax a bad name?
I mean, the stereotype comes from somewhere, but
Right.
I mean, pageants have been around. Miss America has been around for what was it? 100 years. Pageants have been around for 100 years, and then Miss USA came around like 30 years after that. So times have changed. I mean, of course, 100 years ago it was probably there was probably stereotypes that came from somewhere. But
Right.
I mean, it's 2020. It's not 100 years ago. So,
Right.
times
And we're
have
not
changed.
robots. And I understand with a lot of the posing and the like the stances that they do and all the choreography. Like I understand how it can seem robotic, but no, like there's a lot of prep that goes into pageantry.
And you're on stage for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
So the whole Miss Alaska, that's quite a feat. To the competition, the whole state.
It was pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll have to talk
Oh
about
God,
that
here
some
we go
more.
again.
So the typewriter is so smart, she doesn't have to be. Haidt joined a group of women protesting the ad and took up with the local chapter of the National Organization for Women, a meeting where the topic was the female orgasm, led to this research that would become the Haidt Report. Haidt married a German pianist in 1985 and, dispirited with her reception in the United States, moved with him to Europe. Said so and so and so and so. She renounced her U.S. citizenship and became a German citizen. Later, moving to London with a second husband. She lectured and wrote several more books with the topic of women's fulfillment, continuing to provide raw material. All too many men still, and this is the end of it now, all too many men still seem to believe, she said in 2011, that what feels good to them is automatically what feels good to women. Which everybody knows is wrong. You might think you're having a good time, but she could be smoking a cigarette and reading a paperback novel.
I'm bored.
Yes.
I was
Exactly.
just talking to a friend about this yesterday.
What were you saying?
About being bored.
During sex?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So many women go through that all the time.
You're
You
not
guys
doing
have-
something
You
right.
guys have no clue.
Really?
Guys
well,
have no
I was in a
clue.
relationship for almost 7 years, and like we had a great sex life.
At
So,
the end.
I mean, mind you, he
At
cheated
the
on
end?
me with a guy that he met on Craigslist. So
Is that a real fact?
yes, yes.
So he was bisexual? Is that what he is, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, look, I'm so ride or
So
die.
you just cut it off right away?
No, see, here's the thing. I'm super ride or die. I was like, we can go to couples counseling
Oh.
and we can figure out what's going on,
That's really big of you to do that. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think Brooke would have done that. If your man was having sex with another man's butt, you'd probably break it off, right? I mean, that would be a breaking it off thing, wouldn't it?
I mean, I don't judge. Whatever your thing is, like, we can work on it.
Right.
Okay, then you guys
Well,
are really great.
To me,
can
I
work
was
on
like,
it.
okay, so this has nothing to do with me, right? This clearly has something to do with his sexuality and repressed or whatever. So let's just work on it. Let's see. Maybe it's a shame thing, right? That's what he felt like he needed to act out. But no, over time, I realized in couples therapy, this is not going to work out. Like, he wants the same thing I want. And, like, it's just not. But we had a great sex life before all of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he, though?
Ooh, good question. I mean,
Did he with other people though?
Can we get him on the phone? Can we get him on the phone?
Right?
I would like to
Do a
use a
phone tap.
lifeline.
And the last part of items of interest, I went through it pretty quick today, is the wisdom part. And these are just some poetry, perhaps. I don't know. There is nobody more dangerous than the one who has been humiliated. Nelson Mandela. It is a curious thing that people only ask if you are enjoying yourself when you aren't. Isn't that the truth? And they never come to somebody up at the party who's dancing on tables and say, "Hey, are you enjoying yourself?" It's always the guy in the corner, like crying in his drink, you know.
Oh man, what does that even feel like anymore to go to parties?
An idealist is one who, on noticing that a rose smells better than a cabbage, concludes that it is also more nourishing. That one goes over my head.
Okay.
Is he talking about the cabbage or the
A
rose?
rose smells better than a cabbage.
It says, an idealist is one who, on noticing that a rose smells better than a cabbage, concludes that it is also more nourishing. How could a rose be nourishing? I don't know. They're talking about some of these you never get.
I mean, that's probably why you give them as gifts, right? They probably have some type of chemical something when you smell them.
I don't know.
And cabbages don't smell good.
Saying atheism is a belief system is like saying not going skiing is a hobby.
What?
Saying
Can you explain that?
Saying atheism is a belief system is like saying not going skiing is a hobby.
Saying that you don't believe in something doesn't necessarily mean it's a thing.
It's a belief. Yeah.
So can you explain atheism?
It's that you don't believe.
No, I know what atheism is, but like,
Driftwell.
what do you mean?
Like they're saying like not going skiing isn't a hobby, as like not believing in God shouldn't necessarily be a belief.
So then what would we call that?
Just not believing in God.
Not
Just
believing
not
in
believing
God.
in God, but it shouldn't actually have a term
Shouldn't
to
have
it.
a title.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Interesting.
I guess.
Why not?
Whatever. I don't know.
And then the heart has its reasons. Which reasons does not know? The heart has its reasons. Which reason does not know?
I get that.
Tell us about that one. I didn't
get
that
that.
one.
It's like
Tell-
things you can't explain with words.
Okay.
It's true.
I'll take it. Yeah. You know,
I was just talking to you about that the other day. About like unsaid feelings you can't explain.
Oh,
you
yeah.
just know.
Oh yeah. Like
can't
Brooke and I will
explain
look
it.
at each other and we just know.
Oh my god. She gave me the funniest look on my birthday. And I was like, oh my god. This guy was annoying her. And she gave me this look with her eyes and I was like, yeah, I know.
trying to be happy by accumulating possessions is like trying to satisfy hunger by taping sandwiches all over your body.
I always say that.
Yeah.
Happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from accumulating material things, like it says right there, or wealth.
And the last one is millions long for immortality who do not know what to do with themselves on a rainy Sunday afternoon.
Oh man.
So that's it. Now it's all you guys. Tell us what's going on with you, Brooke. Alaska, Miss Alaska 2018. Was it 2018? Let's look.
There you are.
Oh my god, my hair was so different.
At the forefront of what is happening in the world right now. And I think there needs to be more of a representation of women in higher positions in every industry. I can carry a big camera, I can direct a film and produce a film. I am a smart and intelligent woman, and I can do anything a man can do.
Wow.
Nice.
Listen, that was the hardest interview I had to do in my life. Oh my gosh. All of us have to do this thing called UCAPS, which is called it's like up close and personal. And all of the productions there, and they just have this, thing set up for you, and they just start asking you questions, and you're trying to relax, but you know, oh my gosh, this is going to be on TV. This is going to be on TV. This is going to be on TV.
Did they let you do other takes?
No, you just go for it. And then you leave, and that's it.
So you only have one take.
they just push record and they're like, so tell us about your family. And then you're like, okay. So they asked me, they're like, all right, so like, what do you do for work? And I went on my whole spiel about being the first woman photojournalist at my news station. That was cool.
That's cool.
So how did you get into?
Oh, that's Joellen. I crowned her.
How did you get into contests, competitive contests? Well, how did you get your start? Besides being qualified, you got to be kind of qualified. You can't look like a.
Not necessarily.
You can't look. You got to.
I get. So.
I don't want to be blunt, but you can't look like a farm animal coming out of a barn with a rope around your neck, thinking you're going to win a beauty contest.
My first pageant, I did not look very good, so you grow and you blossom into something. But I actually got into pageantry because I'm a mental health advocate, such as like Brenda, and I'm a national ambassador for NAMI, and I really wanted to be able to tell my story on a larger platform. And in Alaska, pageantry just kind of jumped into my hands. It wasn't anything like necessarily on purpose. It just kind of was like, oh, this is an opportunity to do this. And you can also have like, a platform. We call it a platform. And as I grew more and more to my platform, I truly realized it's like, so I deal with depression and anxiety. And I really do truly want to help people, and I've always said, like, I want to be the person that my 13-year-old self needed, and I thought this was going to be a perfect venue for me to help the youth, not only in Alaska, but all over the country and hopefully one day the world. And you're not necessarily required to have a platform, but they do like someone who's passionate about something.
Yeah, you want to have something that
when you have your title,
some substance, bring something to the party.
Yeah,
Right.
when you have your title, that you'll be able to go out and try to make a
Whoa,
change.
look at that! That's a hot body right there. I have to tell you, that's very nice.
Gorgeous.
I
0.0 body
was
fat.
so lean.
Yeah.
Goodness sake! Shout out to Bombshell. Yes, Shannon. She did.
So
that.
I have a lot of friends that sometimes you hear about friends being depressed. You call somebody and they say they're depressed, and you say, "Oh my God, I got to call this idiot in 6 months to see if they're still alive." Where do you think this depression that we hear so much about with our peers and our family and friends, where do you think this? You can talk to this as well. Where is this depression coming from? The garden variety type of depression that we hear from friends. Oh, I'm depressed.
Well, if
that
you
can
wanna
lead
talk
to some
about
serious stuff.
neuroscience, in our brains, we have lower levels of dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, which will contribute to a lack of, how can I say it? Like a lack of joy, right? And one of the main symptoms of depression is anhedonia, which is literally just lack of joy of anything that you used to want to do. That's the neuroscience part of it. Another is not having a great support system around you. That also can contribute to feelings of depression and anxiety.
And it can be dangerous. If somebody gets too depressed, it can be dangerous,
lead
right?
to death. Absolutely. Absolutely. Which is why we have to take this seriously. 1 in 5 adults are having a serious mental illness, and over 55% have not been treated for those illnesses. That's an actual statistic. So we need to be talking about
and you
mental
see them
health.
all the time. When you're out in public, you see these people all the time.
And sometimes they are very jolly. Sometimes they're people who like to make other people laugh and feel good, and that's the big misconception, though, that you have to look sad or you have to be angry in order for that person to be depressed. No, you can be incredibly jolly and inspire others and still live with depression. And that's someone who is managing their depression too. It's
A lot of times Redban will find me in my car after the podcast, just naked, crying in my car.
All in your feels.
After the podcast. I'm happy on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then I go out to my car and I strip down to my socks.
All right, that's
And
just
I
some serious other
And
issue.
then I cry. And I just cry.
That's not depression.
And
Okay.
he stays with me.
That's
He stays-
psychopathy. All right.
No, but it's interesting. So you're both kind of on the same page with mental health.
Yeah, we both advocate for NAMI, and we present for them. We go
Say. What is that? What's the
NAMI?
What's the acronym for that?
National Alliance on Mental Illness.
It's the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization, and we're both presenters. So we go to schools, colleges, hospitals, and we talk about our stories. I live with ADHD. I've struggled with depression and anxiety, and
how did you guys start your friendship? Where did you guys meet? Through this or through some?
it was through NAMI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, when we started becoming friends, I met her at an event where we were both speaking about our stories with NAMI, but then I had a pretty rough, end of 2019, and we were at a Christmas gathering for the local NAMI affiliate here in LA, and I was heavily drugged because I was really depressed and had very bad suicidal ideations, and I was in a haze.
You were thinking of hurting yourself?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've had those feelings since
you hear
I
that,
was
Redban?
13. And so we're at this gathering, this Christmas gathering, and she just sits next to me, and I'm just telling her about my life and all this stuff, and she starts opening up and is relating to me and telling me how she understands how I feel, and I was like, oh wow. And then she was like, do you want to hang out with me on Christmas, and do you want to hang out, and do you want to be friends? And I was like, I would like that. And then
Genuine friendship.
then we just now we just don't shut up.
Yeah, no. we're
You're
we're
both-
glued at the hip.
You're both on the same page. So a lot of the depression comes from chemical imbalances in the person's brain. And
Yes.
and the environment that they're in, perhaps. They're feeling left
Absolutely.
out. They're feeling lonely. They're feeling
Absolutely.
slighted.
Yep.
Nobody cares.
Yep.
I'm all alone.
Yep.
Why me?
Right.
Why me?
Yeah. A lot of it also has to do with what they consume, dietary wise.
And you're also a motivated speaker?
I am.
Tell us a little about that. I'd like to get into that someday, perhaps.
Motivational speaking? I think you'd be great at
Do you
it.
go? Do you find the company and then they train you? Or do
No.
you have to come with your own program, so to speak, like a comic?
So yeah, I do keynotes. I write my own keynotes. And so I give a lot of, it depends whatever the company or the person wants me to do, right? I tailor make my keynotes to their audience and whatever topics that they want me to talk about, like self-care, mindfulness, depression.
Interpersonal relationships within the work center is a big one. How
With
to
what?
get along with difficult coworkers.
Yes, absolutely. And I add in humor a lot of it, so to make it fun.
Yeah, I went to anger management so many times in my last job that I could teach the course.
Do it.
They couldn't send me anymore. There was no more place to send me.
Yeah. Do it.
So what do you think about a hothead? What advice can you give to somebody who seemingly
Meditate.
has nothing to be upset about but gets upset and angry sometimes?
But here's the thing. It's not
What?
that there's nothing to be upset about. We have to look deep into the issue of what really is upsetting that person. What's deep rooted inside? Because that anger is coming out from somewhere about something. So you may say, oh my God, so fuck this water bottle, and you throw it, and you may be thinking, oh my God, that person shouldn't, why is it mad at the water bottle? But no. That emotion came from somewhere.
Water
was
bottle is just a magnification of the deeper issue.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
And
we
you
have
could-
to dive deep.
And you can figure that out with, cognitive behavior therapy and mindfulness, and
Yep.
and you can really get deep down to why you have certain reactions to certain things that happen in life.
Yep. So the neuroscience behind mindfulness goes like this. Our medial prefrontal cortex, in our brain, it's called the me center. And when someone is hostile, angry, more fear-based,
Defensive.
defensive.
That's a big one. It's hard to
Anxiety-ridden.
talk to somebody who's defensive.
Right.
You can't be yourself.
Right.
You're worrying about how they're going to react, so you can't really open
Walking
up
on
to them.
eggshells.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
They don't
hard.
even know they're defensive. Don't be defensive. It's okay to be wrong. It's
Right.
okay to not know the answer.
Right. It's scary though to be vulnerable, and so a lot of people, right, and to be like, oh, I don't know something, but anyways, I digress. The me centers of our brains, when there's a connection to the fear centers of the brain, which is our amygdala, it's our fight or flight, and so when that has a strong tie, that is when we act out more on aggression, hostility, defensiveness. And that means that there's a weaker connection to our prefrontal cortex, which regulates our mood and our logical thinking, our perception, our balanced emotions. And so what meditation and mindfulness does is that it creates a stronger bond between the me center of the brain and the prefrontal cortex, while simultaneously weakening the connection to the fear centers of the brain. And so, therefore, you are now expanding and strengthening your ability to have logical thinking, balanced emotions, balanced perspective, mood regulation, and all that stuff.
You agree with this, Brooke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just checking. Just
I,
checking.
I would just like to say that Brenda Sarai Zuniga saved my life
Aww.
because of this.
I love you.
I'm just saying.
I can't think
She
of a
knows
worse
lot.
place to move to, though, than L.A. if you have some kind of...
Oh, I love it here. That was the
Social-
weird part. I actually
'cause
really
it's a
love
crazy-
LA. I was way more depressed when I lived in New York, but I think the thing that helps from living in Alaska most of my life is that there's actually sunlight here.
Yeah.
Because in Alaska, in the winter, it's so depressing, and I think a lot of Alaskans actually have a vitamin D deficiency.
Right.
And living in LA, even though it's a city, but there are some days that I would just try to sit outside and just take in the sun because
It's so good for you. I think
Yeah.
people should get outside. I know right now that we're quarantined and a lot of people are a lot
Right.
more hostile and anxiety's on the rise, which is completely understandable, but we need to get outside just for a second to get in the sun rays because that provides a lot of vitamin D and that boosts serotonin.
Well, tell us two things: the worst thing and the best thing about competing in the contests. No, the worst thing and the best thing that you loved about it, and probably the thing that you really didn't like the most about it.
I think my year was probably
The year you won, exactly. The year you won. Go ahead.
Yeah, the year that I was going to compete at Miss USA that summer, it was probably the best year of my life and the most loneliest year of my life because it's so bizarre. It's like such a feeling that you cannot really replicate because there's so much happening. There's so much that you are preparing for that might not happen. You put your life on hold, but it's all great stuff, like you're being really healthy and you're like delving into your platform and you're like wanting to help people and you're going to compete for something that's such an honor. But ultimately too, there's only, a certain amount of people that have ever competed at Miss USA. So the group of people that can relate to you ever is a very small pool. Yeah. So luckily I had my Miss Alaska sister queens that understood that went before me, that they were like, oh, we get it. Oh, we understand. But with friends and family who had never done pageants before and they just want to support me, they didn't get it sometimes of how I would be really sad or really depressed. And it would be because I would go to these events and everyone just wants to talk and touch and this and that and da-da-da-da. Yeah. And then I would go home and just be completely alone.
A lot of comics feel that
and
way.
It was so bizarre.
They'll go on the road. They'll be
and you're just, it's so weird and no one wants to talk to you.
Be alone afterwards. Yeah.
And you're like, it's the I'm sure that's like a dopamine thing, right? Because I think Justin Bieber's also talked about that too when he
it's
loves
a rush.
performing.
You get that rush.
You get that rush of being on.
To all of a sudden,
just like it's just taken away from you, and like you're in a room by yourself, and it's just that was how I felt. I suppose like on a smaller scale, obviously to like a huge celebrity, but it's like I felt that just in Alaska and just traveling and doing things and being out. And even though it was like that was amazing and it was such an honor, and I'm so happy I went through it. There would be days where it was so lonely because no one understood what I was going through. Yeah. Because could you?
You were going through withdrawal.
Yeah.
Instead of being excited and happy that you had quiet time by yourself to do whatever you wanted, you were still looking for what was over there, perhaps.
Yeah, and I had to figure out like a balance at some point because it was really throwing me for a loop because then I would tell my friends like, hey, they were all my friends are so supportive, my family's so supportive, but there would be times where I remember once I went to an event, I was doing things, talking to kids, hugging kids, all that kind of stuff. And then we went out to the bars that night and it was still pretty fresh. So they would like go to the DJ and be like, oh, Miss Alaska's here, Miss Alaska's here. And I'd be like, no, like I just, because then I started to lose this sense of identity in myself because people just kept calling me Miss Alaska. And it's like, no, I'm Brooke. I'm Brooke. Like, yes, this is my job. It's a great job and I'm so honored for it. But also like I need to decompress. And like when I don't want to be this all the time. And it was this weird balance.
Because you do have to be on.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I stopped doing appearances
That's
a little
what
while.
happened to the Superman, the original Superman guy. He killed himself because everywhere he went, people would be yelling at him.
Superman.
Really?
No way.
Superman. And I think it drove him nuts.
I didn't know
He
that.
took his life with the black and white Superman, when it was in black and white on television, the
Yeah.
original guy.
George Reeves.
Yeah,
Really?
he took his life.
Oh, wow.
Whether that was the reason or not, but everywhere he went, people would be yelling. So people don't realize when they get to a certain level that it's going to have an impact. How about you? What
Yeah.
was your best and perhaps the worst part of Miss
Competing,
Burbank 2019?
Yeah, competing in Miss California.
And how you got into that?
2020.
How'd you get into that?
How did I get into it? Dude, I'm like, this is crazy. So I've always wanted to also make a change in this world, and so I was working at a restaurant during 2000.
Hey, that's my girl. Look at him. That's my
That dress was
bitch.
sweet.
That's my bitch.
Oh wait, yeah. Do you get? This was actually my favorite part of competing Miss California.
Me too.
USA 2020. So, are you guys familiar with Brenda's dress? Mm-hmm. So, this was really cool. Okay, so I represent numerous charities. One of them is Help Steve Help with our friend Steve Simone. And so Steve and
He's been on the show.
Oh yeah, Steve. So what we do is that we help families who have children with severe health conditions, and we help them by asking donors to just donate $1 a month. That's it, and 100% of the proceeds go to the family. And then I represented NAMI. I represented Insomniac Cares. I represented Smile Train because I'm a board member of Smile Train. And Smile Train, we provide free cleft lip, cleft palate surgery.
I know all about that.
Yeah.
You know, I talked about that where
Yeah.
you're having lunch and you're flipping through the magazine and then you see the little child with the deformed lip and it kind of just ruins the lunch. And
Stop.
Oh my
no,
god.
you know, it's just like, you know, if I knew that was coming, I would have waited till after I ate to have the magazine, to look at the magazine. Well, you know.
I'm done.
Oh my
So, whatchamacallit? So yeah, so I represented those 4 charities, and I have a website called brendasdress.com, and anybody who donated would have their name printed on my dress, and that dress raised $10,000 for kids in need. That was really
Great.
awesome.
It was a cool dress too. I like how it looked.
Thank you, Brenda's dress. Yeah.
And
Yo,
you
it
did a
was so
benefit
fun.
too, another benefit someplace. You did a benefit.
Yeah, I've done numerous benefits. One of them was at the Comedy Store. This was in 2018, 2000. Oh my God, has it been that long? Oh my God,
2019,
I did.
I thought.
Well, I did too. So Steve and I did a benefit in 2019 for Help Steve Help, and that benefited, again, Help Steve Help. I produced my own comedy charity benefit show in 2018 at the Comedy Store for Smile Train, and with the help of all these amazing comics that performed, my fellow friends. There you go. Yay! So yeah.
Wow, that's a nice shot.
Oh my god, you're so cute.
Thank you. Oh my God, that was when I was Miss Toluca Lake, USA. Do you remember that? Miss Toluca
I like Miss Burbank better.
I know. Yeah, dude. Miss Burbank's so much cool.
Do you mind if I ask you 10 questions, each of you?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm going to.
World peace.
We'll go back. I'll ask the question and then we'll go to the other one. We'll do it like that.
I see both sides to every issue.
Those kids
hell
don't need
yes.
any more food.
Yo.
They got plenty of food.
I was playing Jeopardy last night on my Switch. I'm getting really good at this game.
I want to play with you.
Bro,
Okay,
I'm gonna,
first question.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yes, bitch. Do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
First question is for Brooke. Number one, if you had an all-expense trip anywhere in the world, this would include any money for round trip, airline tickets, any duty-frees you bought in the airport or on the plane, transportation to or from the airport, hotel accommodations, any gratuities, souvenirs, postal charges if you were sending any mails, dinners, clothing. Maybe you wanted to buy some clothes, tickets, attractions, anything. I mean, everything. Any rental cars, rent mobile, what do they call them? Scooters. You can rent a scooter. Anything you can think of. It was all free. Where would you go?
I would go to Thailand. I went to Thailand in 2018.
One night in Bangkok.
Yes! Yo, don't get me started.
I get my kicks above the waist.
Oh my god. I went to Thailand.
Your massage parlors.
I went to Thailand in 2018.
The land of smiles.
With one of my
And
best
bar
friends.
fines.
Yes, with one of my best friends, Michelle, and she's actually Thai, so she speaks Thai. She's from Thailand, and she was able to truly show me like the pride and joy of the heart of Thailand. And we were only really able to like go to Bangkok and
What was it?
Pattaya.
Where'd you go?
Bangkok.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear you say it.
I bet you did. And it was just such a magical experience. That is such an amazing country.
It really is.
And I was there for 6 days, and it was not enough. I would go there for months. It was such a beautiful place. The people are amazing. The food is lit. Pad Thai is lit.
So the answer is Thailand.
Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brenda,
Yes.
where would you go if you had an all-expense trip anywhere in the world? Now, this means round-trip airfare, anything you wanted to buy on the airplane, duty-free in the airport or on the plane, transportation to and from the airport in your home destination and where you went, souvenirs, entitlements, tips, gratuities, tickets, cruises, anything that you needed. Where would you go?
Oh my gosh. Where would
Oh, don't get... See, she's a Libra. Do not ask her this shit.
I love you just said that.
Do not ask her this shit. She don't know.
And I did not take my
She
ADHD
don't
medicine.
know.
So I'm like, what do I want? What do I want? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Shit, I have to make a decision. I would say, fuck. If I were to go any...
Oh, we're going to have to move on,
See,
Brenda.
I told you. Don't ask her this shit.
You're acting like
She
you're
don't
mentally
even
ill,
know.
Brenda. You're acting like you're falling into a depression. Your mind is unraveling out of
Having
your
a
ears
manic
right
episode.
Oh my god.
now. Okay.
Wait, no! I will go to Paris! Fuck!
Paris.
No, I don't want to go to Paris!
All right, you can come back.
No.
You can come back later when you decide where you want to go.
Rome. I've already been to Rome.
I haven't made my point. ladies
Rome
and
is pretty cool,
gentlemen.
huh?
I made my point.
But I miss cacio e pepe. I really do.
Question number 2 for Brooke. If you were a famous rock
point.
star, who would you want to be? Freddie Mercury, Liberace, Elton John, Melissa Etheridge, or George Michael?
Definitely Freddie Mercury.
Okay.
Oh, he's a legend. I would want that brain.
When I was watching him in Okinawa, I didn't know he was gay. I was I loved the music and the way he was
Yo,
dressed. I was like
Freddie's
going, well, that's some
fire.
kind of crazy outfit, isn't it? I had no clue. No
You're
fucking clue.
kidding me.
No clue.
Stop it.
I didn't go there.
Stop.
You only think things when you go there. If you don't go there, you don't go there. You know, I'm not thinking, wow, I'm watching a big old bone smuggler up there, you know, a big old gay guy. No, I didn't go there. So I just felt like, man, that's kind of fucking outfit is that? Because the music is great. I mean, what a voice. Okay, question number 2 for Brenda.
Yes.
If you were a famous rock star, who would you want to be? Freddie Mercury, Liberace, Elton John, Melissa Etheridge, or George Michael?
I would say George Michael.
So you like bathroom and parks.
I just have that song Freedom playing in my head. Yeah. Yeah.
And when I die, I think I'll find God laughing. You've heard that song before. I know you guys have heard it. Okay, number 3. Have you ever been attracted to your mother?
No.
Okay. Number 3. Have you ever been attracted to your mother?
Yes, she is so beautiful. Yes.
I guess you guys are going in separate cars home. I'll get an Uber. I don't want to be with you.
My mom is hot. Absolutely.
All right, so we're getting some. Number 4, I guess. I'm getting mixed up because I'm using 2 sheets. Number 4. Have you ever been? This is for Brooke. Have you ever been attracted to somebody else's mother?
Oh yeah, Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I.
Who's Stacy?
Oh, mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I waited for so long.
And I'm just
Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl. What? You've never heard of that song?
Come on. You know you've heard that song. You know you've heard that song.
Stacy's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yo. Damn. We got
We're about to jam out, yo. Wait, go to the chorus. Go to the chorus.
Oh my God! Look at this.
Oh, come on. Stacy's mom is hot.
Stacy's mom
has got it going on. It's all I want, and I waited for so long.
So long.
Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the
Oh,
girl
man.
for me.
All right. The next question is for Brenda. What's your favorite movie star?
Favorite movie star? I would say.
If you have one, you may not have one. You know, you might think that you're the. You know, you.
It's me, actually.
It's Brooke Johnson.
Okay.
It's Brooke Johnson.
Who's your favorite movie star? I shouldn't have used 2 sheets. I'm really going to get
Man.
confused here.
Switch to one.
What's that?
Just switch to one for the rest of the.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'll do that. Thank you, Redban. Who's your favorite movie star?
In honor of our birthdays, Jada Pinkett Smith. We have the same birthday.
Wow. What's going on with her and her sex life with that husband of hers?
They
Why do
have
they-
an open relationship. I don't know why so
Well,
many
why do
people
they
were
have
so
to talk
confused.
of everybody? Why
They
do
didn't talk about it. It was what's his name that like put them on blast, and they were forced to talk about it.
Right.
And everyone were like, she's in an entanglement.
But just in the beginning, it shouldn't have been something that anybody knew about.
Yeah, I think it's super private. I don't think they have to explain themselves to anybody.
Yeah.
They've
I don't
always,
know.
it
Live
always
your
comes
life.
up.
Live your life.
I feel bad for Will though.
Why?
I don't.
I
He's
do.
done
It
things with
seems
other
like he
people
was hurt.
too.
It's-
Okay, come on.
No, he was not.
No one hurts Fresh Prince.
He's fine.
Number 6, Brenda. What is your favorite subject? What was your favorite subject in high school?
Psychology.
What was your favorite subject in high school?
Acting.
Acting. Okay. What type of acting do you like? There's 2 methods. One is the
Meisner.
one is the miser,
Chubbuck.
and what's the other one?
Oh, there's a
Method?
ton. Method.
Method
Miser and
acting.
method. Which is the one where you just remember things in your life and pull it up?
Method. Isn't that method?
Meisner.
Is that Meisner?
Method is when like you live, when you like put yourself in that character's actual life. Kind of like Jim Carrey.
Which you should do, right?
No, so like Jim Carrey, for instance, when he did, oh man, what is that?
Pet
Man in the
Detective?
Moon.
No.
Man in the Moon or
Man on the Moon. He literally. You couldn't call him Jim Carrey. Like,
Oh,
was
he
on
got
the
in
set,
the- yeah, I heard
he
that, yeah.
literally was the character. Meisner technique is more of like say if I need to cry, I will go back into my mind and figure
gotcha.
out a sad part that could be completely irrelevant to the character's story, but I'll just use it to cry.
A lot of people want to know, did you make any money when you won these contests?
No.
Miss Alaska?
It's volunteer.
No.
No money was exchanged?
No.
No.
Any money afterwards or anything?
I mean, the opportunities we got afterwards have been incredible.
They pay, but okay.
Yeah. I won the Top Model Award in 2019 at Miss California 2019, and that has of course, been amazing.
Do you have representatives to get you in these things?
You just sign up.
No.
Just sign up.
Yeah.
Pay money and sign up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
This one is for Brenda. Have you ever considered hurting yourself?
Do you want me to get really honest, or do you want me to be comedic?
Well, you swore in. You swore in on the Bible.
Last year, when I was going through a really rough breakup.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you call anybody?
Yeah, the suicide hotline.
741-741, text it.
Absolutely. It was.
They talked you down, talked you off
They
the
did.
ledge.
Yeah, they did.
No, it's no joke. A lot of
Yeah.
people that survived suicide attempts are
Yeah.
so happy they did.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
they said you'll be killing the wrong person.
Yeah.
People who jump off the Golden Gate Bridge and survive, they're like, God, thank God.
There's a net
Thank God.
down there. I just
They
went.
installed
I don't
one now?
think they
Yeah.
should have put the net. Because, if somebody really wants to kill themselves, they can just jump in front of a bus. You're going to, suicide proof every bus in the city.
Stop,
You know what I mean,
Holtzman.
kind of, why ruin a nice bridge with a net when if somebody really wants to kill themselves, they can buy a handgun.
Listen, I drove all the way here to jump off the bridge. Why is there a goddamn net?
Gas is
Yeah.
fucking expensive.
Pissed.
They're not going to stop. What your favorite subject was acting, and this one comes up. You a Jehovah's Witness, Brooke,
No.
and you. I can't believe you are.
I'm not. Hell to the fuck no. That's a cult. I escaped that cult when I was 8 years old.
Number 9. What law would you change if you had a choice of change any law?
Oh, wow.
If you had
That's
a chance,
a great question.
That is a really good question.
you'll be next.
I
So
would
think of an answer.
probably...
I have mine.
You want to go before? She already has an
Oh my
answer.
God, go. Hurry up.
Can she jump?
Yes.
In front of you?
Go. Go.
Maybe that's not a good. Maybe
No,
that
that's
was rude.
great. No.
It's okay.
She needs
All right,
this.
go ahead.
Go.
She needs an answer. I guess.
Oh, you got it.
To make a pathway to citizenship a lot easier. Because I just became a citizen 2 years ago. And I was smuggled in here when I was 1. So.
I think that's a great. I personally think there's enough room for everybody here.
Absolutely.
And there's a certain train of thought that they want to keep, and I'll say it, they want to keep this a white country. And that's
Yeah.
not going to happen.
No. Us immigrants are the
16.
backbone
The
of
only
this
thing,
country.
and the only thing you can count on is change.
Absolutely.
White people are not reproducing. People of color and different cultural are. And that's just the way it is.
And or they're having, beautiful blended mixed relationships, and that's beautiful.
What law would you change if you had a chance to change a law?
I would have a...
Or what law would you make? A new law as well.
I would have it licensed therapists be installed in elementary school, middle school, and high school in the country.
I'm surprised that's not already a thing.
They have counselors.
But counselors
They
don't do anything.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that should definitely be a thing.
Definitely.
And we'll go to you again, Brooke. Have you ever considered hurting yourself?
Oh yeah. I think actually. So okay, it's almost October. I am almost 10 months into not having a depressive or a anxiety attack.
Why do you think that is? Do you think there's something that changed?
Medication and mindfulness from Brenda Sarai Zuniga, sweetthoughtstravel.com.
So you both are advocates of medication?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I believe that people should do what makes them okay. Because some people, I know a ton of people who don't have medication are able to cope, and then
Right.
I'm just not one of those people, but that's okay. I know I have a really great psychiatrist, and he's really professional, and
Right.
yeah.
You like LA better than Alaska?
They both have their pros and cons, just like anywhere I've lived. Alaska is hands down one of the most beautiful places, and everyone should at least go to Alaska once, because you wake up and you have the mountain range behind you. You have greenery, and the air smells amazing, and you can drink the tap water because it's glacier water. Like, and then you have LA, where it's just there's no weather, and it's like such a vast piece of land, and there's always pros and cons.
The Last
everywhere.
Frontier.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie, Brenda?
Ooh. Damn, you go first.
Can she she can't even watch movies all the way.
I know. Do you see? I'm so hyper. Like, I have to constantly be moving.
is
It's
great.
so hard for me to sit still.
She did. I'll answer halfway for you. She loved Silver Linings Playbook.
That's a great movie. Not my favorite, but
She liked it.
American Psycho. Yes.
My friend Jeff Richards does a great impression of that guy. That was a great movie.
That-
That's a great
car-
soundtrack, also.
Yes. Oh my God. So I have a vinyl of Huey Lewis and the News on in my kitchen, and I splattered it with red paint.
Oh,
So
that's great.
it looks really cool.
Wait, you did that?
Yeah.
Do you have a
that's
photo of it
lit.
on your Instagram or anything? You should take a photo of that.
No, but I know it's on my phone somewhere.
That's all right. I mean, just later you should put it on. I would like
Yeah.
to see that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I love that. And that card scene where they're like exchanging the business cards, and I think that's one of the greatest scenes in film history. Like, when Christian Bale, he's like freaking out over Paul Allen's card, and like it's, bone and blah blah. Like, can we pull that scene up? It's so fucking good. Oh, it's so fucking
And William
good.
Dafoe was in that movie,
Oh, so good.
asking him the questions. God.
Such a good fucking movie.
Remember business cards?
Oh, I have.
Of course you have.
I think I still have mine. What was your favorite movie, Brooke?
I don't have a favorite, but the one that just came to mind is probably Pulp Fiction.
Yes! Oh my God, I was just watching the Honey Bunny scene this morning before you came over. Chill, Honey Bunny, chill.
Such a good movie.
Chill.
Such a good movie.
It really is.
So good.
Oh my god.
I got so excited right now. Thank you. Oh my God, I love this. Look,
Oh, is that a little bonsai tree?
look.
Yeah.
Oh, 444.
I love it.
Yeah, Brian,
my
a lot of people don't know,
gosh.
Brian has a lot of bonsai trees, and, he loves stunning the growth of trees. Your collection of bonsai trees is pretty amazing.
That's hilarious.
And I'm just like a novice,
Yeah.
I'm not even a professional. You know how some of these guys are. They make them look to the point where they don't even look real anymore. They're so perfect. So I really don't go for that.
Yeah.
It's like a woman with fake breasts. They look great, but they may not pass the grade.
Your back garden where you have all your bonsai trees looks like the perfect place just to meditate and to sit there. And
Sometimes I go out there and I sit on glass.
Nice. That's meditative.
Do you walk on the hot stones?
Oh yes.
Across the-
So what was your movie? You said you
Pulp Fiction.
Okay, Pulp Fiction. And I think that's all the questions. I'm just looking them over. Fascinating. We talked about so many things today.
I love it. I'm having a blast.
Did you like you like Dead Air, right? Dead Air's a good.
Are you
good
kidding
thing,
me?
right?
I love Dead Air.
A little comedy, a little fun, a little
Yes.
seriousness, a little items
A
of
little
interest.
all of everything.
Fucking
You learn a
love
little
this.
thing. And let's do this one. A bonus question for both of you.
Yes.
We'll start with you, Brenda. Do you believe in God?
I believe in the universe. I believe in energy.
So maybe a higher something, perhaps.
Yes. But yes. Hire something where I just believe in energy.
All right. Yeah, these are the last three questions. I'll ask you, and then I'll ask you. All right. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Ooh. I could change one thing about myself.
These are good pageant questions.
It is a good. I'm not about to go into like my fucking like pageant answer though.
No, save that for next. We got the last
No.
one.
I could change one thing about myself. Oh, cultivating more patience.
Yeah, patience. Well, that's where the anger comes, the hothead comes. If you
I'm
don't
a
have
bit
patience, the next
impatient.
thing is going to be hothead.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not so much, it's not like I don't have road rage or anything. I just, sometimes I need to realize that things do take time to,
One time-
manifest and come to fruition.
One time I couldn't get the jar open on a jar of, I think it was coleslaw. What do you put on hot dogs? Hot dogs?
Sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut. Couldn't get the top off. And right away my mind went to the factory. And somebody in that factory had that machine. It was calibrated it was calibrated incorrectly, and that's why you couldn't get. You shouldn't be able. And I just.
Should have called me. I would have came over and opened it for you.
And then one time I was in my residence, and back east, when you have hot dogs, you have hot dog buns. Mm-hmm. And I had hot dogs and no buns, and I went through the ceiling. I went to 99 cents. I just grabbed some hot dog buns. I threw a $5 on the counter, and she said, "Oh no, you can't do that." I said, "The hell I can't."
But did you grab them where you now just fucked up the bread too? Did you
No, I
squeeze?
made sure that
No,
the
you
hot
made
dogs
sure
were
you
not
were
molested.
Okay.
And the last question for you, Brenda, is if you could change one thing. We did that one. If you won the lotto, what would be the first thing you would do, and what would be the first thing you would do or buy? What would be the first thing you would do or buy if you won the lotto? Everybody plays the lotto. A lot of people do.
I know that my answer before
Quit all these phony organizations.
No. So I know my answer before was, make the pathway to citizenship easier as one of the laws I would,
I
implement.
think that was
But
another question.
I know.
Brenda.
But listen,
okay.
with my winnings from the lottery, I would make it so that we can fund schools and implement mindfulness at since kindergarten, and mindfulness courses and training, and have kids meditate and
Okay,
make that
can you just wait a second while Redban and Brooke and I pull our pants up because the bullshit is getting real high in here. It's also starting to stink. All right, we've had enough of you, Brenda.
It's
right
so
now.
true. I hate
So the
you.
last three questions for Brooke. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I believe in God, and I think kind of what Brenda was saying, but maybe a little different. I think that God is in everyone, is in everything, whereas this is lit.
I love this. I heard Holmes.
Lit. That's a new term. Lit.
That's lit.
That means good, right?
Yes.
What are those? Are those little Hitachis or what are they?
Lit.
Oh, you didn't see
this
one of
is
these?
cute.
You never saw one of these Redban? Not the Redban.
Little Hitachis? Here you go.
These are so cute.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
These are awesome. I've never seen these before.
Really?
Yeah, these are really cool. Check that out. They're little Holtzman.
These are so cute.
Oh, these are cute. This is going on my hearing.
So, I'm sorry. So what?
No, you're fine.
So you did, of course, believe in God. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you won the lotto, what would be the first thing you would do or buy?
I would pay off my parents' mortgage and buy them a house here and have them closer to my family.
Wow. And
That's what I want to do.
and the last one for you, Brooke, is if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
I wouldn't change anything, as lame as that sounds, because I think me being the most imperfect person has given me great opportunities and great people in my life. And I think if I was different in any type of way, wouldn't have gone this direction, and I have a pretty good life.
You wouldn't remove any of the extra toes you have? Or anything?
No, because that means I probably can run faster than you.
Yeah, definitely.
So, in closing, before we ask for everybody's, when you promote yourself, we'll make believe this is the beauty contest question. Mm-hmm. And this question is going to be, who wants to go first?
Brooke can go first.
Brooke, the question is going to be not so much about, how they ask you what you're going to do for world hunger and that kind of thing. We're not going to go there. We're going to ask you about what you think can help this present situation, this, America's kind of going at each other half and half, and it's kind of a nutty thing going on right now. Give us something that could make it better, perhaps.
I think we
That's
really
kind of
need
is that too vague, or do you know what I'm talking about? That's
I get
good.
what you're saying.
Okay, yeah.
What is this?
Brenda, can you control yourself, please?
No.
Compose yourself.
Melancholic classical music. That's why I'm laughing. The hell?
I'll have another gin and tonic and
Why
a
is
whiskey
it
sour,
sad?
please. Melancholic. You know what I'm kind of saying, yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead. The floor is yours.
I think we absolutely need to practice compassion a lot more. No, we are not going to have the same views as our neighbors or anybody else. But I think if we take time to truly listen to people and maybe take a moment to realize that we can be put... This sounds so horrible. God, this is so bad. Dang. This makes me sound so lame. Man.
Okay. Start again.
Wait, no. You know what you should look up? Look up Miss Universe music.
And when I die,
oh my God, yes.
I think I'll find God laughing.
Pick them. Okay, wait. Theme song.
God has a sick sense of humor.
Oh my God. No, not that one. Wait, go back. Go up. Go to the second one. All right, this is it.
Oh my God, shit.
This
Okay.
is the question. This is what they ask questions.
Yep, I know.
What could help America today?
I believe that we need to practice compassion more in the United
I'm sorry,
States.
Brenda. You're gonna have to control yourself. It's not your turn. Go ahead, Brooke. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay, sir. I believe that in the United States,
She's being
we
a little
need
bitch, isn't she? This is what we talked about these pageants. Some of these girls are little bitches,
Oh my God.
I'm dying. Okay, go.
I believe that we need to practice compassion more in the United States. I fully believe that we cannot.
Bullshit!
I can't even do
Bullshit!
it. I can't do it. It's so hard.
Fuck you! Bitch! All right, no more. Go ahead.
I'm dying.
Go ahead.
Okay, for real though.
All
right. So
I'm not gonna say a word.
I think we need to really practice compassion more. I think too often we judge each other on each other's views, and it's gotten to a point where it's annoying because it's like, you say you're a Republican or a Democrat, and depending on what you believe or not, it's like people just want to chastise you, and it's like, why can't you just take a minute and really like listen to someone else's other point of view? Because it's kind of, I was talking to my friend about this, and it was kind of, fuck you. I was kind of reminded of, have you seen the movie Hotel Rwanda?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I would watch it. So there was a problem in Rwanda where there was these two different political parties, and one political party got funded and got a ton of guns, and there was this huge genocide over political parties. Like, it was so stupid. Mm-hmm. And I just see that happening in our own country, where it's like, you say you believe in this person or that person, or you take this or this side, and someone wants to completely like hurt you or
So you see a genocide happening?
Absolutely.
Yikes.
I mean, like, maybe not tomorrow, but I mean, just like a civil war. It's just like things are getting so out of hand. And I think we really need to just like take a step back, and people really need to figure that compassion part out in their brain. It's kind of getting scary. Like,
Thank you.
you know?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brenda. You want to tell us what you think would help the situation?
No, I agree with her. I think compassion,
Okay.
absolutely. Just everyone listening to each other. You know, being a lot more open about mental health awareness and mental health education, and how we really need to fund the hell out of that everywhere. You know? Yeah. Just as a simple answer.
Brooke, do you want to promote anything or tell us anything about where they can find you?
Yes, you can find me on brookej.com. My Instagram is thebrookeJ. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and yeah, just you'll be seeing me on a Netflix show soon.
Whoop, whoop.
Good for you.
Yes, queen.
That was really just me putting that on the universe.
Yes.
I don't have a deal yet.
We gonna manifest that.
But we manifesting
we
it.
manifesting it.
Oh, we putting it out there.
yeah, that's right. That's
Just-
right.
Just wait. Just wait.
That's right.
And give it.
Oh,
just
that's me.
Say it again. Say it again. Slow. So make sure. There it is. Okay. Just.
Brooke J.
The Brooke J. Yes. Nominee National Ambassador, actor, model, dancer. Hey, it's lit.
At the Brook.
At
The Brooke J.
Brooke J.
At the Brook J. Okay. Yeah.
Brooke
I just
J.
want to make sure. A lot of people, they say their promotions too fast, and people at home might miss it. Well, they can rewind it, or maybe they'll listen. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on the podcast
Thank you
today.
so
It was
much
a
for
pleasure.
having
Would you
me.
come back?
Absolutely.
Because once a year we do a nudist show.
Hell yes.
Do you want to promote yourself now, Brenda?
Sure.
If that's your real name.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Brenda. So yes, on Instagram, you can find me at Brenda Sarai Zuniga. On my website, same name, BrendaSaraiZuniga.com. Or you can go to Sweet Thoughts Travel, but it'll link you over to Brenda Sarai Zuniga. I just literally did the switch today, so that's why.
Switch.
From my website, my old website to my new one, but you can still.
They're linked.
Yeah, they're linked. And yeah, just go on my website, most active on Instagram. Check out my mental health comedy podcast called Getting Mental with Brenda Sarai Zuniga, and you can find that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
And where do you do that? Is that a Zoom or is that an in-person thing?
I do that at my home. Yeah, in person. I just had
Can
a
I?
guest.
Can I be on it?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh my god, I would love for you to come on.
Redban's gonna come with me.
Oh,
Yes.
hell yes.
I'll
yes.
we'll take shower.
I love what you just
I'll bring the tequila.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that is great. Redban, do you want to promote us anything?
I got a cool phone. Check this out.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got this new Samsung.
Oh, you got the one.
Oh, I saw your video.
Is that one
about
of the ones that fold?
Yeah, so check this out. You can be like.
Did it
watch-
break yet?
No, it's actually made pretty well.
How do you like it? Redban?
I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but it is so addicting. Like if say you're watching a video, you could like just watch the video, and then you could just fold it, and then have it on the front.
That is so
How much, Redban, if you don't mind?
It's just $2,000.
Oh, just yeah.
Is that really? Really? Wow. And
Do
who-
people actually
who-
pay? I want a payment plan. Who
Yeah,
pays
me
up
too.
front
I'm
for
sure. I'm
fucking
sure.
phones?
I'm sure that you can get a payment. That's like a car. It's like buying a car. My cars are not
Oh
that
my
expensive. Who makes it?
Samsung.
Samsung. Okay. Yeah. Very popular. Korean.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to like it. I was just going to probably return it, like play with it, and then
But now it's-
I do that a lot. But actually, I've been using it a lot. It's perfect for when you're just like surfing in your bed, and you're just like laying around, and you have like a little iPad, and then you can just fold it and put it on your nightstand. It's nice.
So it's grown on you.
It's
You
grown
like
on
it.
me a lot more than I expected. Yeah.
Team iPhone.
Okay, you can find me on. You can subscribe if you want, or you can find me on the Holtzman Zone is my YouTube channel. I put everything up on there. My Instagram videos when I'm doing them, and yesterday I did a little film from the South Bay. And I just, I'm just having fun, I'm not out to make any money. But certainly if they leave it on the doorstep, I'll open the door and pick it up. And you can find me on, just about every, if you want a T-shirt or anything like that. And this was a great show. I'm so glad. Thank you, Redban, for everything that you've done. Isn't it great?
We love you.
Thank you too, darlings, for coming on. And geez, what a fun time. Thank you.
It's lit.